right, we got some news from, what's her name? Unstoppable Morgan there on Instagram. She said she's been driving straight for the last 2 days. I guess she's out of Florida, where she could be after 2 days. What? Now, 2 days worth of driving. Now, that depends on how much driving you do every day, right? How much driving you do every day. If you drive all day, you know, this waking hours, you know, you could be Michigan, you could be Oklahoma, I don't know. Anyway, so Morgan said don't worry about her, she's doing okay. She's not calling anybody because her Bronco is very noisy. It sounds like a wind tunnel when she makes a phone call. So, but she will probably let us know one of these days where she is. I'm sure she will. But getting out of Florida and all that heat and humidity and getting her S back together. Oh, yeah. Anyway, you know, whenever we get breaking news here on the Camo Dave channel regarding Morgan, you'll be the first to know. We got a new one from Aja there at Pandaland. She and John bought that, the big Chevy pickup trucky thingy dingy, and now they're putting a tow bar on it so they can tow it around and whatever, you know, or other things or whatever. So yeah, tow bar on it, they can use it to tow things, and read the instructions. That's right. It's always a good idea. Okay, they're going to tow the truck. I thought they were going to use the truck to tow things. I don't know, man. Whatever. Fact finder is D-Dub. D-Dub, D-Dub's, he was at the big Camo Day meetup there in Vegas back in February 2019. A nice guy. I like him. He's from Michigan. He rides around out west all the time. He bought a car, and then it got in an accident there somewhere. And where was he? In Colorado. And then I don't know what. Anyway, now he's on a scooter, and he's riding from New Mexico to Arizona. Just one piece of advice to fact finder D-Dub is show yourself in the video. This is a 5-minute video here, and we'd like to see you riding the vehicle. Turn the camera back on yourself at least once or twice, so we can kind of see you in. There is a really clear shot there of the motorcycle. Jeez. People, they find you oddly compelling, and they want to. Okay, yeah, we got some snow and some cold weather up there, right? We want to see you, okay? Turn the camera occasionally on you, and so, we want to, anyway, so Anyway, we got a nice picture of the bike. That's good. So D-Dub used to be on a scooter way back when. So, yeah, okay. So, I'm glad he's back putting some videos up. All right, always good news here from, always interesting news, not good news, interesting news from RV Miles, Jason there. In his videos, lots of news about where, camping issues, it's getting harder, the campgrounds are crowded, the prices are going up, apparently, if you're an out-of-state resident and you're in Idaho, you're going to be paying a lot more for park fees, okay? I mean, literally doubling some of the park fees, camping fees, non-resident, whatever. So, non-resident. Oh, look at that. All the way up to $128. Woo! Anyway. So, good video there. And a lot of other news. Check it out, RV Miles. Always a good channel. Yeah. All right, Creativity RV Robin there, her friend Doug. They moved in together. He was working, he works from home or something like that. He can work wherever he wants to be as long as he's got internet. And she really wanted him to come along and live in the RV with her, and he's done that for a while now, and we get his point of view on it, and there's no bad life for him. I think he's enjoying it, but it's not without the crazy occasional screw-up, right? Make sure the RV pump, the water pump is working before you use the toilet. Got it, stuff like that. But it seems like he's having a good time, and I think he's also noticing, at least with her expertise, Robin, that they are finding many, many very nice camp places that are free. Boondocking. Find some boondocking stuff. If you really use your noggin, you can figure stuff out. You don't have to go to those expensive, crowded campgrounds. So, anyway, good video. Check it out. Or injuries, foibles, and what was the whatever. And whatever. Hey, let's do a few letters, shall we? The E4 Mafia, Dave, something you might not have ever covered, but looking at that Thor RV and Matt's reviews, that big thing that sleeps 10, most of those Class A's are just rectangle buildings on wheels. Why doesn't any company make an aerodynamic RV? A real aerodynamic RV where they just, where they design them like they do cars. That's a very interesting point. R.A. Allen says, ever seen an Airstream? Yeah, an Airstream is a little more dynamic, but apparently, according to E4 Mafia, they don't make Class A touring coaches. I don't know. You're making a big Class A. It's like dragging an apartment around with you. That's going to be hard to make an aerodynamic apartment. You could make it look like a jet fighter or something, or an airplane maybe. Put wings on it. I don't know. Yeah, we were talking about Full Tiny House, Dana and Steve there at a park where they pulled into a space they had reserved and there was somebody already using part of the space. I guess the person next to them figured that was going to stay empty, and so they decided to just push some stuff over there like a picnic table, and they had to approach them and say, hey, no, wait a minute, we reserved this space. Get your stuff out of here. No Fear to Trek says, like nobody ever got to their reserved seats in a stadium and didn't find somebody already sitting there. Same thing happens on airplanes. You get that sheepish look and then they leave. When people show up late to use their reserved spots, you got to expect others trying to appropriate a possible windfall. You will always run into those that deserve wearing the whole monitor sash, waiting to impose draconian punishments for trivial offenses. Get over it and learn to share a bit. Yeah. Yeah, Go Frugal. Go Frugal's joined our discussion on what happens if your catalytic converter gets stolen. Do you really have to replace it? I mean, if you live in a state or part of a state where they do have emissions inspections, obviously you do, right? And I would imagine on many modern cars today, they're required on almost every car, I would imagine, that your little dashboard lights will come on if your catalytic converter isn't sending a "I'm here," impulse back to the main computer in the car. But if you live in an area like here in beautiful Western North Carolina, which doesn't have emissions restrictions because you're in a more rural area, if somebody were to take your cat converter, can you just go to a muffler shop, have them patch up the muffler area there and go without it? I don't know. Would that be legal? Let me know. Is that dependent on each state? If you live in an area that doesn't do emissions, is it okay to run your car without a CC, a cat converter? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious. Jay Wagner says they do make cages and theft deterrent plates to protect catalytic converters. Yeah, especially if you're in a higher vehicle, a vehicle that has more ground clearance. It's easier for someone to get under it and quickly snip, snip, snip. And yeah, but in California, especially if you're living near an urban area and you do have a higher up vehicle like a box truck or something, or something like that, and one of those Honda Elements that Dave 2D got his catalytic converter stolen. A box, what was it? Dawn of Van Life just got her catalytic converter stolen. Yeah, I would say you would need some sort of cage or something underneath it to protect it, because it can happen. If you get a new one, someone's going to steal that one too. AB says, the best way for Dawn to prevent from getting your catalytic converter stolen again, get out of the San Francisco area. Better yet, get out of California altogether. RS says catalytic converters actually reduce your gas mileage, causing you to burn more fuel. You don't need them unless you get your car inspected, so it's really a government mandate to help on the emissions on the environment. Again, I don't know. That's a good question. Do state inspections require a cat converter, even if you live in an area without the emissions restrictions? I don't know, man. Kathy Isaac says Dawn did talk about what to do to prevent another theft of her catalytic converter. Fans have suggested cameras and motion lights, but you live in an urban area, it's common to have people walking past your vehicle at all times. The lights, cameras really don't work in that situation. I think she is thinking of putting motion lights and some sort of alarm under the truck. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the muffler shop will have some ideas. And finally, we hear about from Polvo Valetti. I forgot about Blind Views. Is he still Camper Carol's PR guy? Yeah, we were reading his comments there on Unstoppable Morgan the other day. Well, I think he is. Yeah, yeah. They have a thing going on. Oh yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching Letters and More for Sunday, the 13th of the J month, right? June. You have a wonderful rest of your weekend and back to work tomorrow for those of you so gainfully employed. Me? It's every day's a holiday. Vlog under.